Have you ever felt like you're just constantly running on a hamster wheel, but you're never actually arriving anywhere? Well, that's the exact feeling that Eckhart Tolle tackles in his incredible book, The Power of Now. It's a book that doesn't just promise to change how you see things, it promises to end the very suffering that keeps you running in the first place. So let's dive in and see how he suggests we do that. So, the book kicks off with this really simple but, wow, profound story. Just picture it, a beggar sitting on the same old box for 30 years, day in and day out, asking for spare change. He has absolutely no idea that the very thing he's resting on holds a treasure beyond his wildest dreams. It's such a powerful metaphor, right? And it perfectly sets the stage for the book's main question. And that really brings us to the heart of this whole explainer. Are you that beggar? Tolle's whole point is that every single one of us has this incredible inner treasure, this deep, unshakable peace, but we're so busy looking for it out there in the world that we completely miss the fact that we're sitting on it the entire time. Okay, so if this treasure is already inside us, what's the lock on the box? What's stopping us from opening it? Well, according to Tolle, it's our own mind. Not the part of our mind that helps us solve problems and do our taxes, but the incessant chattering part that we've come to believe is us. And this right here is where we become prisoners in our own heads. Now this is a total game changer. The single biggest barrier to finding that inner peace is our habit of identifying with and believing every single thought that pops into our heads. Tolle says this creates a kind of phantom self that's always worried, always anxious, and never, ever satisfied. And that, he says, is the real source of all our pain. Tolle gives this phantom self a name, the ego, but it's probably not what you think. This isn't about being arrogant or having a big head. For Tolle, the ego is this mind-made self that is constantly living in two places it has zero control over: the past, which is already gone, and the future, which doesn't even exist yet. And by doing that, it completely misses the only thing that's actually real, right now. You know, this egoic mind is kind of like having this non-stop, super critical roommate living in your head. And they never shut up. Think about it. Is that voice ever truly silent? Or is it always there, judging you, comparing you to others, complaining about something, replaying old hurts, or worrying about what might happen tomorrow? Tolle says this is a full-blown addiction, and it's constantly draining us of our energy and keeping us stuck. So what fuels this whole thing? What keeps this egoic mind going? Well, it's our relationship with time. And again, not the time on your watch, but what Tolle calls psychological time, this mental trap of constantly living in the past or the future. This, he argues, is the real root of our suffering. And here's a really crucial distinction he makes. Clock time is useful, right? It's practical. It helps us get to meetings on time, set goals, learn from mistakes. But psychological time, that's the trap. That's when you're replaying an argument from last week while you're supposed to be enjoying your morning coffee. Or when you're stressing about tomorrow's presentation instead of actually listening to your friend who's right in front of you. It's a delusion, and it robs us of our actual life. Just think about it for a second. It's so clear when you see it laid out like this. When your mind is stuck in the past, what do you feel? Guilt, regret, resentment? And when it's lost in the future? Unease, anxiety, stress, worry? Tolle's point is that basically all of our negative emotions are born from this simple habit of not being where we actually are, which is right here, in the present. But it gets even deeper. All of that old emotional pain, the regrets, the resentments, the grief, it doesn't just disappear. Tolle says it actually accumulates inside of us, creating what he calls the pain body. It's like this dormant volcano of old pain just waiting inside you. And when it gets triggered, it erupts, and it actually feeds on new drama and new unhappiness to keep itself alive. So, let's recap. We're trapped by our own minds, we're trapped by our perception of time, and we have this pain body thing to deal with. It sounds pretty hopeless, doesn't it? But here's the really good news. Tolle offers a simple and yet incredibly powerful way out. There's an escape hatch, and it's available to every single one of us at any moment. And here it is. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. The present moment is the only thing that is ever truly real. The past? It's just a memory trace in your mind. The future? It's just a concept, an idea. Your entire life unfolds in a series of nows. This single realization is the foundation for everything else in the book. When you really step into the now, you connect with what Tolle calls being. Think of it like this. Your thoughts and your emotions are like the waves on the surface of the ocean. They're always changing, always in motion. Your being is the deep, still, vast ocean itself. It's your true, unchangeable nature. And you can only access it, you can only feel it when you're fully present. All right, now this next idea is pretty radical, so stick with me here. Tolle says that most of what we call our problems are actually just illusions. How can that possibly be true? Because a problem is something your mind creates by projecting into the future and worrying about what might happen, or by dwelling on the past and what you should have done. In the immediate reality of this very moment, right now, can a problem actually exist? Or is there only the situation itself, which you can then deal with free from all that mental noise? This all sounds incredibly liberating, but let's be honest. How do we actually do it? How do we break a lifetime of mental habits and learn to actually live in the present moment? Well, thankfully, Tolle provides some very practical, very simple steps to get us started. Okay, the most important practice he talks about is what he calls watching the thinker. And it's so much simpler than it sounds. You just start noticing the voice in your head. Don't judge it, don't argue with it, don't try to stop it. Just listen to it, almost like you're listening to someone else talk. The second you do that, you realize something profound. If you can hear the thought, then you can't be the thought. You are the awareness behind it. And that right there is where your freedom begins. And the best part is, you don't need to go meditate on a mountaintop to do this. There are simple doorways into the now all around you, all the time. Just feeling the sensation of your breath going in and out, noticing the feeling of energy in your hands, or even just giving your complete undivided attention to the feeling of warm water as you wash your hands. These are all incredibly powerful ways to pull your attention out of your mind and anchor it in the present moment. Here's a powerful little micro practice you can use throughout your day. Just stop for a second and ask yourself this simple question. Am I at ease at this moment? Now, the point isn't to think of an answer, it's to feel your inner state. Is there a sense of openness and peace? Or is there a subtle background noise of tension or anxiety? This one simple question is a powerful anchor that can bring you back to the present in an instant. So if you only take away one single thing from all of this, let it be this. Your life is not the story your mind is constantly telling you. It's not the sum of your past memories or your future worries. Your life is just a collection of present moments. This one, and now this one. This is the only place you will ever find your life. And ultimately, all of these ideas, all of these techniques, they all boil down to a single powerful choice. A choice that's available to you in every single moment of your life. It's the choice to step out of the endless, noisy stream of thought and into the simple, quiet reality of the present. And that just leaves us with one last question to think about. If not now, when?